Hello, welcome back to my channel. First off, I apologize for the AirPods, but I'm filming this in the evening. My kids are in the other room and I'm trying for this to not be like distraction central. So I do apologize. Just look away and listen only to the video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today we are doing the third part in my series, What to Ask a Real Estate Agent, and we are focusing in on the listing agent. Real quickly, listing agent is the agent who represents the seller and the transaction. So if you have property and you're looking to get it sold, you're going to be hiring a listing agent. The first question we want to know when you are talking to a listing agent is, what is their marketing strategy? Now, I'm not talking about, hey, come out to my property and tell me what I need to do and tell me my pricing. I'm talking about general marketing strategy. What is their practice for marketing? Do they list it in MLS, which then feeds to Realtor.com? They do an open house the first weekend it's listed. They put it in YouTube. What is it that they do? They assess it after 30 days to, adjust pricing. What is their marketing strategy when they get a listing? What's their general marketing strategy and practice? The question is, who will be your agent? What happens is you drive by, the billboard that says so-and-so is your agent, and come to find out that is not who your agent is. That's whose name is going to be on your contract, but you're actually dealing with a totally different person. Now, they should be licensed, but if you thought you were going to be talking to the person on the billboard and you're not, you want to know that. Let's talk about what an intermediary is first. An intermediary is what happens when your agent, the listing agent, also happens to be the buyer's agent. You would receive an intermediary agreement. In Texas, we call it intermediary, and other states, they call it a dual agency agreement. Do you have a problem with this? What are your feelings towards an intermediary? Now, let me tell you a common scenario, and that is Keller Williams, for example, Coldwell Banker, Abbey Holiday, pick a name. They have a lot of agents in their office. You're working with ABC agent, that is your listing agent. But the broker is this person. Now the buyer comes along and their agent happens to also be out of that same brokerage, but it's somebody totally different. You would still receive an intermediary. Perhaps you feel like your interests are certainly covered and that your agent is just your agent and you're okay with that because the buyer has somebody different, and you may feel differently if your particular agent is representing both sides. It's a conversation that you want to have, and just so that way you feel comfortable with that, because it's very possible in a small town or with these large brokerages. How do they handle offers? Or the offers are submitted by the buyer's agent. How are offers submitted? Who do they go to? Are they going to a general inbox that is only reviewed Monday through Friday, 9 to 5? How will an offer be submitted to you? What is going to be their review process? How are you going to determine highest and best if you end up in a multiple offer situation? What is your expectation with offers? This is a conversation you need to have. It's a very busy market right now. You could certainly end up in a multiple offer situation. What is the highest offer may not be the best offer. Your fifth question is there anything this listing agent does or offers that sets them apart from another listing agent? And let me give you an example. There are listing agents out there who say, hey, you list with me and I'm going to have professional photos taken, and they're part of my agreement with you. You're not going to pay for them separately. They're covered because it's important to me that my branding and my presentation of your listings has a certain standard, and I want to cover the cost of the professional photos. That's a great deal. I drove by an advertisement the other day where an agent said, hey, you list with me, or I represent you as a buyer's agent, and you have access to my box van that can help you move. Well, that's a benefit to you if you have an expense with moving. So is there something that your agent that you're talking to offers that could potentially set them apart from the other agent that you really like? So that's your fifth question. Is there anything in addition? Is there anything they do that sets them apart? Now, your sixth, or actually your action item, is ask for one of their listings. Take a look at it. What do you think? Do you like the write-up? Do you like the photos? What do you see? When was the property listed? At what price point? What did it ultimately sell for? How was the transaction handled? The beauty of working with a listing agent in the year 2022 is that you can essentially see their resume online. You can see evidence of their work and how they operate online. Head and address the elephant in the room, and that is, do you really need a real estate agent? Do you really need a listing agent? Can't you just put a sign in your front yard and put it on Craigslist and sell your property? While it is legal to sell your own property, it's called a FSBO, for sale by owner, inherently riskier when you take on the listing of your own property. You're also essentially saying that time is not of the essence. You have plenty of time for a buyer to happen to drive by and see your listing. And you're also saying that competence, knowledge, and skill set are not important, along with the highest return of value on your property. But if you need your property sold in a certain amount of time, because let's say you're moving, then you want to use a professional who's competent in the local knowledge of the real estate market in your area and get it marketed and get it sold for you. And a lot of times the cost of the commission is covered because they're able to price your property higher than what maybe you thought it was. The opposite can also happen. You think your property is worth a whole lot more than it is, and the market doesn't support it. Those are my suggestions for questions to ask a listing agent if you want to interview them and decide they're the one for you. If you have any additional questions, leave them in the comment box down below. Like, share, all the other things that YouTubers say, but most importantly, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.